At the bottom of this valley lies the beautiful Jiuzhaigou. Jiuzhaigou got its name from the fact that 9 Tibetan villages are scattered in this valley among the mountains and lakes. The literal translation of Jiuzhaigou in English is 9-village valley. Over 1,000 Tibetans live here in this garden-like valley. People's lives here are closely connected to water. The rain irrigates their fields and the river turns their mills. Their life is semi-agricultural, semi-nomadic. Their main crop is highland barley. Historians believe that about 2,000 years ago, the first villagers came here seeking refuge from war. Jiuzhaigou remained virtually unknown to the outside world until 1970. The people of Jiuzhaigou believe in a religion called Bon. It is one of the most ancient forms of Tibetan Buddhism. Both residents and monks can chant sutras. According to the sutras, everything is like water. Everything is in a temporary state, and nothing lasts forever. People in Jiuzhaigou begin chanting as soon as morning breaks. Among the mountains in Jiuzhaigou is the beautiful Sirmoor Mountain. According to a legend, once upon a time an immortal gave a precious mirror to his beloved, the goddess Sirmoor. However, a demon caused Sirmoor to break the mirror. The pieces then turned into 108 silvery lakes in the world of man. The waterfalls in Jiuzhaigou make a beautiful sound. People say this is the music the immortal played for Sirmoor. The largest waterfall in Jiuzhaigou is the spectacular Pearl Waterfall. It is 200 meters wide and drops over 40 meters from the highest point. The sunlight seems to turn the falling water into billions of shining pearls. This is why it is called Pearl Waterfall. Along the Wudang Valley, there are 19 separate lakes. Crystal clear rivers cross the forests between the lakes, forming many waterfalls. Trees over a century old have taken root in the water. This phenomenon of forests growing in rivers is unique to this area. Long Lake, at 3,100 meters above sea level, is the largest and highest lake in Jiuzhaigou. Here, tourists can see a typical glacial scene. The lake is ringed with snow-capped mountains and green valleys. Melted snow feeds the 100-meter-deep Long Lake all year round. In Jiuzhaigou, there's a magic mirror. When the early morning breeze through the valleys pauses momentarily, the water looks like a shiny mirror. One mountain has a huge boulder shaped like a mirror. The local people call this boulder Magic Mirror Rock. The 800-meter tall boulder is said to be one of the pieces of the mirror broken by the goddess Sermor. Opposite Magic Mirror Rock is an ancient Bon temple called Jiuzhaigou Temple. The history of Jiuzhaigou Temple can be traced back to the year 762 AD. As Magic Mirror Rock is holy to the local people, they built this temple to prevent the boulder from breaking anymore. In the center of Jiuzhaigou is Five Flower Lake. At times, the color of the lake magically changes from its usual sapphire blue to yellow or green. Five Flower Lake is an enigma. In the 1990s, Jiuzhaigou suffered from a long drought, but unlike the upstream Panda Lake, Five Flower Lake was hardly affected. Even more interesting is that Five Flower Lake is the only lake in Jiuzhaigou that doesn't freeze over in the winter. For this reason, the locals have a great respect for this lake. Five Flower Lake is regarded as the symbol of Jiuzhaigou scenery. A Sichuan geological team has been investigating the geology of Jiuzhaigou for several years. The water of Five Flower Lake is so clear that visibility can reach 40 meters or more. Many trees can be seen at the lake's bottom. On the tree trunks, there's a white powder resembling snow. The investigation by the Sichuan geological team revealed that at the end of the 19th century there was a strong earthquake here. The resulting mudslides carried the trees to the bottom of the lake. They've been sleeping at the bottom of the lake for over a century. Fish hide and play among the trees. Five Flower Lake has in fact more species of fish than any other lake in Jiuzhaigou. The lake is actually getting deeper and deeper. In the deepest part of the lake, it is now nearly 20 meters deep. Surprisingly, on the lake bottom there are many crater-like pits. Water continuously flows from the center of these pits. This is the first time the mouths of the springs have been filmed at such a close distance. The heated water flowing from the pits keeps Five Flower Lake from freezing even in winter. It also ensures that the lake never goes dry. The water coming into Five Flower Lake is rich in minerals, minerals picked up as it passes through crevices in the limestone. Mineral-rich white sand piles up like the coral sand of tropical seas. The algae here are also white because of the impact of these substances. dreamlike scenery we see under Five Flower Lake is due to this constant accumulation of minerals. Jiuzhaigou has dense primitive forests. The favourable geography has led to the creation of a diverse ecosystem. Many valuable plants and animals live in this beautiful landscape, and 5 species of animals have been classified as first-class protected species. Golden monkeys, one of the protected species, live in the valley at over 2,000 metres above sea level. The much-adored giant panda also lives here. The Tibetan people call them dunga, or white bears. There are today only some 700 giant pandas living in the wild in China. Around a dozen of them live in Jiuzhaigou. Giant pandas, often called living fossils, have been around for over 10 million years. They're very picky about their environment. Their main food is arrow bamboo. It is the key to their survival. Jiuzhaigou is known as a treasure trove of living fossils and a natural gene bank. Jiuzhaigou ranges from over 1,000 metres to nearly 5,000 metres in altitude, and the climate varies from temperate to sub-frigid zones. Many species of precious plants grow throughout the valley. Thanks to the treacherous topology, many primitive and ancient plants and animals have been preserved here. Over 100 kinds of precious herbs grow here. The people of Jiuzhaigou live off the land and live in harmony with it. In the autumn, even Five Flower Lake becomes more beautiful. The mineral-rich water emerging from Five Flower Lake forms incredible structures downstream. About a kilometre away from Five Flower Sea, one can view Nuorilang Falls. The falls are over 300 metres wide and over 20 metres high. Although the geographical features here are typical, the mineral deposits have made it especially beautiful. As Jiuzhaigou lies at the edge of the Himalayas, it is riddled with faults from earthquakes. The huge drops caused by the faults constitute the main feature of Nuorilang Falls. Calcium deposits from the water at the top of the waterfall have formed a dam, creating a beautiful lake. Over a period of many, many years, many waterfalls and lakes have formed in this way. They have eventually formed the famous cascading landscape of Jiuzhaigou. The accumulated limestone deposits have created karst landforms. Some of the natural dams are submerged at the bottom of the lakes. Sleeping Dragon Lake, 5 kilometres downstream from Five Flower Lake, once had forested dams, but the waterfalls gradually left them submerged at the lake's bottom. The vaguely visible dam now looks like a giant sleeping dragon. This large-scale sediment build-up is unique to Jiuzhaigou. The villagers are taking the yaks grazing on the mountains back to the village. Winter has arrived in Jiuzhaigou. The five-flower lake retains its beautiful turquoise colour. Their holy mountains, a practice unique to this locality. The locals have lived among the mountains and lakes here for thousands of years. Here, they enjoy all the fruits of nature. Even in winter, locals still hold prayer rituals to thank the heavens. Soon, it will be spring. Once again, the valley will be filled with life and plenty of colour.